First of all, I want to say thanks to everybody for giving us the opportunity, one, for being here, and then giving us the opportunity to be here. We're excited about playing back in the NCAA regions, and then also excited about being here down at College Station at Texas A&M University. So we're looking forward to a good few days of softball, and we're looking forward to competing to the best of our ability and at the highest level possible in order to try and win some games down here at College Station.
Open it up for questions.
Looked, ladies, I saw you play Texas earlier this year, and I think, Lauren, you saw some action in that. Can you talk about how that game might have helped you face the teams in this tournament, prepare you, or just talk about the challenge ahead of you to this tournament?
Well, I think that game definitely helped us all around. You know, they're a high-caliber team, just like these teams are high-caliber, so it definitely gave us a preview for what we have to come tomorrow.
Coach, can you talk about maybe advantages you would have coming in? Because you look right away and go, oh, they're the fourth seed, whatever. But what do you see as some things that we might not see about your team as far as an advantage for you guys this weekend?
I think the one thing about our kids is we don't ever quit, and we continue to fight. We're coming to this tournament knowing that there's a big, it's a huge challenge. And we know in order for us to compete with the teams that's here, we got to play the best possible softball that we've played all year. We feel like we've prepared over the last couple of weeks in order to do that. And we feel like, with our schedule, we've played some, as Lauren mentioned earlier, we've played some pretty high caliber teams. Obviously, University of Texas, we play University of Houston. We go down to Sam Houston, who's, a pretty good program. And so we're excited. Again, we're not trying to fool anybody. We know we have a huge challenge ahead of us, but I can say that all my kids are up to the challenge. This not the, I tell people all the time, a lot of people say, well, you've never been here before. Yeah, this is our third time here in the last 4 years. And so we're excited. I think anybody that's playing softball this late in the season into the regions, you got to be excited and you got to be happy. And I'm excited for my kids. I've tried to keep it light. We've continued to play around because I don't want them to think about, Texas A&M being ranked number 9 or 10 in the country, or at one point being ranked number 2 or as high as number 2 in the country. So I want them to just focus on playing softball, because when we start thinking about the batting averages that we're going to face and the rankings, that could take us away from the fact that the game is still the game. You get 3 outs, you get 3 strikes, you got to hit the ball, you got to catch the ball, you got to throw the ball. And so that's all I want our kids to focus on and not everything else.
Back to Matt.
Coach, just kind of what's your estimation of the atmosphere this weekend with so many Texas teams, all Texas field, and just a lot of fans are going to be here, well-traveled fans, and just what's your estimation of the atmosphere?
We're looking for a great atmosphere, and that's, when there was rumors we were going to be sent back to Louisiana. We've gone there 2 years ago, and boy, I was praying that it would be Texas. I tell people, as I get older, this is my 13th year here, the older I get, the less I want to travel. And so I know my kids were probably hoping we would go all across the country. But I was praying when before we got into the meeting, please, I hope one of these, a couple of these Texas teams will host, so we don't have to travel as far. The last couple of years, nobody in Texas hosted, and so we had to make the trip. But we're looking for a great atmosphere. Texas is softball is big here in Texas, and you got 4 schools, or 3 other schools that's probably within 2 hours driving distance. And so we're expecting a big fan base from, our fans and from the other fans. And more than anything, what we want people to see is that, a lot of times people look at us as we're a small college or a small program. And that may be the case, but we want them to see that we're capable of playing on the highest stage and at the highest level possible. So we're excited about it being all Texas, because we hope it'll help with recruiting. Because I tell people all the time, everybody can't go to A&M, everybody's not going to go to UT, everybody's not going to go to Texas State. So we want all those kids that can't go to those 3 programs to come to Texas Southern. So we're excited about this weekend.
Coach, I was curious, this might as well be a remote location for y'all. Looking at the y'all haven't played in over a decade. Is there any certain reason? I mean, these programs are pretty close and have a good history.
Coach Evans and I are personal friends. I look at Joe as a mentor. As I mentioned, this is my 12th year, and boy, I tell you, I call Joe probably monthly with just a simple question. Lauren had a blister on her hand about April, getting ready to go into our biggest series, and we was worried about the fact that she had a blister. Joe will tell you, I text her and say, Joe, I need some help. She said, what do you need, Tony? And I said, hey, I have a kid with a blister, and, what can I do? Joe sent me this long program of what they do. They go to the doctor, they get a prescription, and I was thinking she would just say, hey, go to CVS and get some, put something on it. But man, I had to get a prescription and do a whole bunch of stuff. But we just haven't been able to get our schedules together. But I think hopefully going forward we'll be able to do that. We've done that with UT. We go down to UT every year. Same thing with Coach Clark. She's a personal friend of mine, and so we like the high competition. I know a lot of times with the big schools, their schedules are made well out in advance, and so we just haven't been able to do it. But I'm hoping going forward that we will be able to come to A&M, because it's great atmosphere. And like I said, I tell you guys, I hate those Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi trips, because we go on a charter bus, and those 10-hour and 12-hour trips, they're murderous on my back.
Maybe if you get one of the players, Coach talked about you guys were in the NCAA tournaments before. One of the veterans, what have you learned from being in the NCAA tournament before to help you moving forward for this week?
Probably Jazz. Jazz threw it.
Moving forward in this week, it's just we just have to go out and fight like we did there, and fight even harder. And it just kind of set us up just so we know what exactly we need to bring to the table, like more intensity, having each other's back more. Like we have each other's back more now, but we're going to just keep pushing.
Right.
Madeline, how much are you looking forward to playing in this environment? As Coach and I talked about, y'all haven't been up here, so how much are you looking forward to that?
I'm ready. I'm excited. Being that I've never been in this kind of situation before, I'm excited, and they're going to help me through it.
Yeah. Maddie, we joke with Maddie a lot. Both Maddie and Lauren are Texas kids. Maddie is from Victoria, Texas, which is right up the street. And we go to University of Houston, Victoria every year and play Victoria. And I tell you, everybody in the city of Victoria comes out to watch Maddie. So I'm sure she'll probably have half the stadium filled with all the people from Victoria. But for the Texas kids, it's ideal. Like I said, to play at this stage now, this late in the season, it's a joy. So we're gonna have fun, but at the same time, our goal is to compete. Our kids have tell you, I've talked all week about competing. We're not just saying, hey, we're happy we won our conference and now let's go have a big party. No, we're actually, we've won our conference and earned the right to be playing, and so we're looking forward to facing A&M, because I think the other thing it gives us a measuring stick to see how far we've come over the last 5 or 6 years. I was making a joke last week. We've seen some scout reports that says, most of the pitchers here are going to be throwing in the 65, 66, 67 mile per hour range. We got out the pitching machine last week, and our pitching machine only went up to 60 miles per hour. So we know we got some work to do, because we can't even get a pitching machine to go up to 65, 66. But we're excited. Our kids, I know a little nervous, but I think once the first pitch is thrown and we take that first swing, I think we'll compete against A&M, whether it's UT or whether it's Texas State, just like we do everybody in our conference.
Any other questions for the panel? All right, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.